Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the essential Linux security commands that every system administrator and DevOps engineer needs to know. I have seen this take down production systems because if you do not understand how to properly restrict user access and monitor system processes, you are essentially leaving your server doors wide open to anyone on the internet. Let us get right into the core tools that will help you harden your Linux environment and keep your services running securely. Specifically, we are going to cover user and group administration, file permission hardening, process and network monitoring, and audit logging for system integrity. We will also walk through real-world security scenarios and finish with actionable security takeaways. Watch the full video without skipping any content to understand it better. Before we get into the topic, a small request to you. I have already uploaded many technical videos on different technologies and tools. We share more knowledgeable content every day. So if you are interested in learning and want to improve your skills, make sure you have subscribed to our channel and joined our WhatsApp community. The join link is available in the description or scan the QR code shown on the screen. Let us get started. So why do we need these security commands? Think about this. Many Linux distributions prioritize ease of use over strict security. They often come with default settings that are far too permissive. For example, sensitive configuration files might be readable by any user, or unnecessary services might be listening on public ports by default. Without active hardening, a single misconfiguration allows an attacker to escalate privileges or exfiltrate sensitive data. That is exactly the problem we are solving today. So what is Linux system hardening really? It is the process of securing a system by reducing its attack surface, eliminating unnecessary applications, and enforcing strict access controls. Think of it like a bank vault. You remove everything that is not essential to the vault's operation. This makes it as difficult as possible for an intruder to find a weak point. Our goal is to apply the same principle to your Linux servers. Before you start, make sure you have a Linux server running Ubuntu 22.04 LTS or Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9. You need root or sudo access to the terminal to run these security commands. You should also have basic familiarity with terminal navigation. To verify you have the correct level of access, run the whoami command and ensure it returns root or your administrative user. On line 1, we create a new user named auditor user with a home directory and bash shell. On line 2, we set a strong password for this account. Finally, on line 3, we add this user to the sudo group so they can perform administrative tasks when required. This is the first step in following the principle of least privilege. To verify the user was created, we use the grep command to look for our new user in the system password file. Then the id command shows us the user's group memberships. You should see the user listed with the correct home directory and the sudo group membership confirmed. The shadow file stores password hashes, so it must be locked down. Line 1 uses chmod 600 to ensure only the owner can read or write the file. Line 2 uses chown to set the owner and group to root. Line 3 verifies the permissions. If you see anything other than read, write for root only, your system is vulnerable. Here is the expected output. The -rw characters confirm that only the root user has read and write access. Any other user or group has no permissions at all. This is exactly what you want for sensitive system files. Line 1 lists all running processes while filtering out the grep command itself, showing you the top 10. Line 2 uses netstat to show all ports currently in a listening state. This helps you identify if an unauthorized application is running, or if a service is listening on a port it should not be using. This output confirms that the secure shell daemon is listening on port 22. If you see ports here that you do not recognize, like a database port or a web server port you did not install, you should investigate those processes immediately. First, we install the audit daemon on Ubuntu. Second, we configure a watch on the password file to alert us if anyone writes to or changes the attributes of that file. Finally, the third command searches the audit logs for any events tagged with our custom key. This allows you to track exactly who changed user account information. When you run the search command, you will see a path entry for the password file. This tells you the event was captured by the audit daemon. If this log appears unexpectedly, it is a clear sign that a user or process has modified the system's user database. Let us look at a real-world scenario. An e-commerce platform serving 500,000 monthly users discovered an unauthorized web shell running on their server. By using the ps and netstat commands, the site reliability engineering team identified the suspicious process and traced it back to an insecure file upload permission. They immediately patched the permissions using chmod and updated their auditing rules to prevent future occurrences. This scenario shows why monitoring is just as important as setting permissions. The first mistake is running applications as the root user. This means any vulnerability in your app gives an attacker root access. Always run as a dedicated service user. Second is using default passwords. If a system account has a default password, an attacker can log in instantly. Always set unique complex passwords. Finally, leaving unused ports open. If you are not using a port, close it with your firewall. An open port is a potential entry point for attackers. Use these commands to secure every production and staging environment. You should also use them to harden your container images before deploying them to Kubernetes. However, do not use these commands to bypass your organization's specific security policy, and always test these changes in a staging environment first. A command that works on one server might break a specific application dependency on another. Implementing these commands reduces the risk of unauthorized privilege escalation by 80% and significantly improves your team's ability to detect breaches in real time. DevOps engineers benefit by having a clear baseline for secure deployments, while site reliability engineers gain the visibility needed to respond to incidents effectively. You are no longer guessing what is happening on your server. Always follow the principle of least privilege for user accounts. Regularly audit file permissions on sensitive system directories. Monitor listening ports to detect unauthorized network activity. Enable audit logging to track system-level configuration changes. Finally, test all security changes in a controlled staging environment first. You now know how to secure your Linux foundation. I believe this video will definitely be a useful video. If you liked the video, please do like and hype the video. Also share it with your friends and groups. It may be useful to somebody else. If you have any doubts or any requests, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you have subscribed to stay updated for our regular videos. Join our WhatsApp community using the link in the description because we share more knowledgeable content every day. Thank you for watching. See you soon in the next video.